What's up, YouTube? Suburban Raw back with a new video in my food label series. This one I'll be talking about monosodium glutamate, aka MSG. Probably heard of it. It's in everything. So basically this thing is an amino acid or a protein that was altered back in the 1900s by a Japanese scientist. He used seaweed and he figured out how to enhance flavor in food, okay? So this thing has no taste at all. This thing just tricks your tongue, which sends the signals to your brain that what you're eating tastes better, fresher, a little bacony, salty flavor type stuff. That's what it does. So the FDA, go figure, has labeled this generally recognized as safe, okay? That's our tax dollars at work. So MSG, what is it? It's an excitotoxin, which means that it overexcites our cells to the point of damage or death. Okay, it overexcites our cells. Basically, and this overexcitement can trigger or worsen learning disabilities, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, Lou Gehrig's disease, things like that nature. And it also causes heart problems because we have those same neurotransmitters in our heart. The electrical conduction systems in our hearts. So this has it can cause numerous problems in our body, and it's been doing it for years. The FDA has even recognized or identifies something called the MSG symptom complex. It's a bunch of side effects. You can look it up easily with very little research. Side effects like numbness, burning sensation, tingling, facial pressure, chest pains, shortness of breath, headache, nausea, fast heart rate, drowsiness, weakness, the list goes on, and it's been recognized. Yet it's still allowed in our food industry. So MSG has also been linked with obesity, eye damage, headaches, fatigue, depression, and disorientation, because obviously this stuff is messing with our brains. The most important, probably the second most important organ in our body after our heart, because the brain can't function without a beating heart. So it's number 2. So, and another thing about it, a study has shown that this additive probably affects up to 40% of the American population. So those of you who've been diagnosed with something different, you probably just, from years and years of this type of consuming processed foods with this additive in it, may be causing or maybe caused your medical conditions. Okay, so the FDA has listed this, has basically made these companies label monosodium glutamate on the packages, but there are 40 other ingredients that have glutamic acid in it that don't have to be labeled. So as long as the companies that are not using monosodium glutamate in itself, but are using an ingredient that has it in it, they don't have to label it. So another loophole for the food industry to get around, to put this stuff in our food and mess with our brains. Okay, so there are over 40 other ingredients that have this additive in it or mixed in it some kind of way. I'm going to list below as many as I can find, so I can pass on the knowledge to you, and you can pass it on to someone else. Because education is the key. We got to keep on learning, and we got to keep our noodle free from damage, because that's the only way we're gonna learn. And we got to eat right. We got to eat whole foods. We got to eat fresh foods. Stay away from processed. Stay away from packaged. Stay away from frozen TV dinners. All that stuff has MSG. All right. So for more info, follow me, subscribe, Instagram. I'm on all that. Peace.